Shalom, family. This is CIA's greatest hits, hit number 7, the U-2 incident. Toward the end of his career, President Eisenhower began to have second thoughts about the people he'd served faithfully all his life. In his farewell address to the nation, he warned of the potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power inherent in the military industrial complex. At least some of Ike's misgivings could be traced to the U-2 incident that happened 8 months earlier. He planned a peace summit involving the leaders of the U.S. and the USSR, Britain, and France. He was to be it was to be the culmination of his crusade for peace, and a limited nuclear test ban treaty was supposed to emerge from it. Then, on the eve of the conference, an American U-2 spy plane landed smack in the middle of Russia. Worse, the Eisenhower administration was caught in a lie. First, it claimed that an unarmed weather research flight had strayed into Soviet territory. Then it learned that the pilot, Francis Gary Powers, had been captured alive, thousands of miles from any border, and on May Day, no less. The Soviets were predictably incensed, and the summit was called off. In fact, contrary to Soviet claims and press reports, the U-2 wasn't shot down. It descended and crash landed due to a fuel shortage. This was revealed by CIA Director Alan Dulles at a secret congressional hearing, the record of which was declassified in 1975. At the same hearing, Dulles casually remarked that he assumed the U-2 flight had been authorized by the president. This was highly unlikely, to say the least, since Ike had not only ordered that all such flights be curtailed in preparation for his historic summit in Khrushchev, but he'd also temporarily scaled back covert operations in Cuba and Tibet as a way of showing good faith. It's much more likely than that the crash of the U-2 was intended to sabotage the peace summit. In addition to fearing a lessening of tensions with the Soviet Union, U.S. hardliners were incensed at Ike's failure to back the CIA-inspired Hungarian uprising in 1956. Although if he had, it could have led to nuclear war. Ike took full responsibility for the U-2 incident. It was either that or admitted had been done behind his back. But in a taped phone call with John McCone, who became JFK's CIA director, Ike, working on his memoirs, groped for an explanation. I don't want to be accusing people of having fooled me, but ...